the other agents who are unable to attend can go ahead and watch it in its rerun. So again, let's go ahead and get into some free resources. The first one I want to share with you guys is Google Voice. Google Voice is something that my husband and I both use. Let's face it, we run our business ourselves. Sometimes we're not comfortable giving complete strangers our cell phone numbers, right? So I use Google Voice. It's really efficient. Not to mention, it's a free service from Google. And like I said, free resources, right? The nice thing about it is it has a web platform, which I'll be showing you. Not to mention, it does have an app that you can download onto your phone. You can link it to your phone. You can text from your Google Voice number. You can call from your Google Voice number. It'll be on your phone. If you are running this as a team, guys, it's nice because you can have the same phone number ring multiple different cell phones. So it's really nice if you're kind of doing it. And Beth says she uses it. Absolutely. It's really nice if you're doing this as a partnership or you have other people who are kind of helping out. It's a great way to just be connected. So realistically, guys, all you do is go in and you search on Google, because let's face it, we're using Google, right? In Google, Google Voice, okay? And I'm actually gonna pull up one of my Google Voices. I do have a few, simply because it's easier for me to keep things segregated. This one is horses listed under Bird and Turtle. You can see my incoming phone calls, right? And the phone numbers that are there. You can have messages, right? These are text messages that come through. And then you even have voicemail. And the nice thing is most of the time you can see the transitions or transcriptions as they come in, so that way you can see what they've left voicemail for. So if you're in a loud place and you can't really listen to your voicemail, at least you'll get the transcription for it. So I'm showing you right here the web version of it. You can actually do calls through it as well. As you can see over here, if you have your headset, you can actually dial calls. When you are on your phone, you simply open up the app, and then I believe you have to have Google Hangouts as well. And then when you choose which number you're dialing from, so then when people get calls from you, it'll come up with whatever you have as your profile. And if I mouse over my profile, you'll see it even does say Bird and Turtle Travel. Okay, so it's going to come up as Bird and Turtle Travel on their caller IDs, so people will know that their travel agent or their travel agency is calling them. So realistically, that's the gist of it. Any questions on Google Voice?
Yes. So you said this is free. Is that your actual phone number, or did you have to buy a phone number?
No, it's a phone number they assign to you. And you can choose what area of the country you want your phone number. So, you know, I'm in the Las Vegas area. My number does start with a 702 number. If you ever look at any of my posts on Facebook, actually, I'll open up Facebook so you can see what I do. If I can spell Facebook, there we go, Facebook. I advertise my Google number all over my business page. So we'll go to my business page. Here we go, Bird and Turtle Travel. Okay, and if we scroll down, oh, there we go. We're gonna have things popping in. Sorry, guys. Whenever I open up Facebook, all of my chats are gonna start coming in. Okay, so here we go. So this one was posted up, and I'm going to show you Branch Up. It's actually one of the things I'm going to do next is Branch Up. But you can see bucket list, and you know, the Czech Republic tells you a little bit about it. And you'll notice I add in call or text 702-706-4319 to work on your bucket list. That is my Google number, guys. So if anybody calls that number, it's going to be routed directly through Google, and then Google will go ahead and put that through to one of the 3 phones that I have going on. I have 2 for myself and my husband has 1. So if we see and it comes up and it tells you that it's your Google number ringing, and when you see that, then you know you can go ahead and answer. You know, we always answer, you know, this is Jennifer, or this is Richard, or, you know, Bird and Turtle Travel, how may I help you? Depends on however you want to answer your phone, but you'll know at that point that number dialing in is a business call, right? No, they will not know that it's a Google number. There are settings that you can do in Google. I actually call people and they are using Google numbers as well. You can actually have a message that when somebody rings in, it'll say, the Google subscriber you're calling would like to know who's calling. Please leave your name after the tone, and you'll say, Jennifer Burns or whatever your name is. And then when it rings through, the person that recording will be played for the person. They can choose whether or not to answer that call, but you do not have to have that in. It just looks like a regular phone number. Yes. So, oh, you guys didn't see it, but one of my business partners just called me gangster because I have so many phones. Yes, nobody knows it's a Google number unless you choose to. It is free, and realistically, guys, like I said, you're just going to go in and you're going to Google. I'm going to go back. You're just going to Google, leave site, thank you, Google Voice, okay? And it'll come up, and if you want to go directly, it's voice.google.com. When you're signed into Chrome, guys, it'll automatically, have your profile, and you just go ahead and you set it up. It's all free. It'll ask you for some information. It takes maybe 5 minutes to set up. Then you're going to download the app, and then you want to go ahead and record your outgoing voicemail message. It's really that simple. And the only issue I've ever had with Google Voice, guys, is if you are doing both sides of the business, you're doing the referral business and using your Google number. If you're doing a lot of texting that's the exact same message, it may tend to block them because it still does, internet algorithms where it may pick up on spammy things. That's the only issue I've ever had with Google Voice, which is one of the reasons why I have two phones. I have my personal phone, I have my business phone. My business partners have my business phone number. My clients have my Google number. So if someone calls me on my personal phone, most of the time I'm probably not going to answer it unless you're in my contact list, because let's face it, guys, we get a lot of spam calls, right? Nothing like getting those calls from somebody who's speaking Japanese or telling you they're calling you about your health insurance or car insurance. So I really don't ever really answer my personal phone unless I know who it is. Yes, I know you do, VJ. And then my business phone is for my business partners. So that I can text and call them, and when they call this number, I know it's one of my business partners. And then I have my Google number, but my Google number actually rings on both phones. So if one phone's in my purse and one's in my hand, at least I know I'm going to get it. If I'm sleeping, my husband's awake, it's going to also ring on his number, so that I know one of us are going to get it, right? Yes, and Rosanna just said it. It's great because sometimes you don't want to put your real number, right? You're putting this number out for the world, right? Sometimes you just don't want them to have your personal number. So it's a great way to go ahead and I completely believe in segregating. So I like to have my business stuff, my personal stuff, my personal stuff. I do the same thing with my email addresses, guys. I have my email address for my business partners and my business. And then I have my email address that is for, other things like what's coming in from Evolution and our vendors. So I know as I'm going through my email addresses, I know what I'm expecting to see. Shauna is one of my business partners. She has Google Voice and absolutely recommends it. So guys, it's really quite simple. And again, if it's a free resource, I'm going to use it. My old saying is, if it's free, it's for me. So any other questions, guys, before we move on to BranchUp? Okay, I'm going to assume that we are good to go. We're going to move over to branchup.com. And that's exactly where you go, guys, is branchup.com. As you can see, free professional Facebook marketing for travel professionals that engages your customers and generates leads. Notice it says sign up for free, right? That's great, right? This is all for travel agents, a free service for travel agents. The only prerequisite you need is to have a Facebook business page. Okay, and that's exactly what I'm showing here. This says Burn and Turtle Travel. This is all for my business. This is where I do my marketing, guys, right? I do not market on my personal page. My friends and my family know I'm a travel agent. I announced I'm open for business. They see me traveling. I mean, if we go over to my profile, if anybody has been following me on my profile, you will see I do get tagged as well, but I mean, I was in Sedona for the holiday weekend with some other agents, and you'll see that there's all kinds of stuff about Sedona, us traveling, having fun, family meals, right? You will notice that is a lot about me and my adventures, because this is my personal page, guys. These are the things that I do personally. But when I want to market my business, I'm going to do that on my business page. So I have my Burn and Turtle Travel. And guys, if anybody's following following me and wants to see my business page, they can go to my profile and see that I'm the business owner for Burn and Turtle Travel, right? So this is where I do my marketing. This is the only prerequisite you need before you go ahead and sign up for BranchUp. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and what you do is you click sign up for free. It's going to go ahead and start asking you for some information, and you're going to sign up with Facebook. But guys, I have already signed in, so I'm actually going to go ahead and just log in. As you can see, I have Chrome remember all of my usernames and passwords. It's much easier for me. You can see it has post here, but I'm going to go to my profile. I am recording it. I will send it over to Charles and Nikki. If they deem it acceptable, they will go ahead and put that on the website. If you need a copy later, please just message me through Facebook. It does take me a few days to get these uploaded onto my YouTube channel. I do not publish them. They are unlisted. You have to have the link to find the YouTube video, but just let me know and I will go ahead and send that over to you. So in the profile, guys, you can go ahead and upload your photo. It'll actually choose the one that you have listed on your profile, but you can change that. It's going to ask you for your name, your contact number. Guys, look at that. It's my Google number, right? Published email address, travel@burnandturtle.com. I do have a domain that is not free, guys. I already had a domain. I just converted it over to travel. But again, for my clients, I have them use travel@burnandturtle.com. So that way I know what's coming in. And then agency name. The agency name is going to be whatever you are booking travel with. You know, whether it is, Shauna's Travels or Rena's Travels, Rosanna's Travels, whatever you're going by, that's what you want to put for the agency name. Awesome. Welcome, Clemens. And then, guys, for the affiliation, that's where you're going to have a drop-down arrow. You're going to look for Archer Travel Services. The reason you're doing this is because we are linking all the posts that BranchUp is going to do for you. That's right. They are going to do this for you. They're only going to advertise the vendors and suppliers that are affiliated with Archer. You're going to select that you're a home-based agent. You're going to put in your city, your state, your zip code, your website. If you don't have a domain like me, then what you do is just go ahead and put in the website that Evo has given you, that Evolution Travel website. Mesa, Arizona, not a problem. I kind of assumed, with Mess, Arizona. And then you go ahead, again, mobile phone number. It's my Google Voice number, guys. And then the only other thing that you're going to need to do is your seller of travel license or registration. Notice I've selected CST number, and there it is. Now, if you're looking for that number, guys, when you go into your travel cafe, there's a couple of places to find that. If you scroll about halfway down the page, you will see business card requirements. There's the CST number, right? It's also listed right here, CST number. Also, if you are in the travel cafe, if you mouse over the media library, you'll see business card requirements. And if you click on that, the same information is going to show up, okay? So that's where you get that CST number. Okay, so again, what you're doing is you're linking this page and your Facebook business page to Archer. Okay, so that way they can go ahead and post everything that Archer is allowed to sell, right? So guys, once you go ahead and get that in, you go ahead and you click on post. This is your posting schedule. These are things that they are already going to post for you directly on your Facebook business page. Okay, what I do is I schedule a reminder through I'm not going to say the name, it's an Echo Dot, right? We all know the A name that we call her. She sits on my desk. I set up a reminder, so every Thursday morning, it reminds me to go into BranchUp and check for the week, make any adjustments that I want to add anything. So I actually did this morning. I went through and I looked at the post for the week. It'll tell you, so this one is going to post ready to reconnect over culinary experience with some flawless service and pristine place settings to boot. We know just the place. We'll make sure that you are treated like, I actually added this, we'll make sure that you're treated like a celebrity. Call or text this at. So this section up here, this ready to reconnect, through we know just the place. So this was already populated for me. I went in and I edited text. So I just click edit text and I added, we'll make sure you get treated like a celebrity. Call or text us at. Okay. And the reason I did that is because you see here it says click here to view landing page. So if I click here, this is what they will see when they click on on the post on your Facebook page. You'll notice it says Burn and Turtle Travel at the top. It has my profile picture. Everything says me and my husband, our email address, the phone number. If you click view my web or visit my website, it's going to take you to burnandturtle.com. This is my domain, right? And it says message me on Facebook. It'll open up a messenger and automatically connect them to the messenger for my travel business page on Facebook. But you notice everything is Celebrity Cruises, right? This is something that Celebrity Cruises done for Branch Up. It is all professionally marketed. There's videos in here. There's all this information. Request a quote, guys. It's going to immediately open up their email system with that email address to travel@burnandturtle.com. Everything that you see that's clickable is going to go directly back to me. Okay. And then even down at the bottom, you will see Burn and Turtle Travel. There's the seller travel CST number. And again, everything is for me, right? So guys, this is all free. I'm going to go ahead and close this and go back over to Branch Up. Linda, what you want to do is go into your profile and make sure that everything is set up in your profile correctly, okay? Because it should automatically, when you click on profile here, it should give you a version of what, see right here, it's telling you exactly what will show up. So the supplier logo would be the Celebrity Cruise Lines, and then everything else should be you, okay? Oh, great question, Agatha. When we first started it out, we had one account, so we paid once. And then we became team builders. So we actually have several accounts. But because I'm a team builder, I've gone ahead and I've built enough that I don't pay for any of mine. And yes, this is being recorded. Yes, it does use the same post for everyone, but guys, there are about 8,000 of us for Archer, and there are 3.5 billion people, over 3.5 billion people on social media. So don't feel like you're stepping on anything. And I will tell you what I will do is occasionally I'll go in, I'll look at my posts, right? And if I see one I don't like, I'll delete it. And when I delete it, it kind of moves everything up. So it'll either skip a day or it'll move it up a day and it'll change it up. So if you do that several times, the same things that are posting for other people on those days, this may not be the same thing that's posting for you, okay? You put it where your website, your domain in your profile. So if you do not have a domain, like I already had one, if you use your Evolution Travel website. Okay, so Cynthia asked, does it automatically send it to your domain, or did you have to set that up? When I'm in my profile, guys, this profile that you set up is really, really powerful. So again, everything you put in here is how it's linking you. So the website right here, www.burnandturtle.com, that is what I put in for my domain. You can use the evotravelagent.com / and then your identifier in that same spot. And when they click on view website, it'll automatically take them to that website, okay? Yes, your agent website. So when you log in, you click my travel site, you go ahead, just copy that link and paste it in there. It can post a couple of times a day. It can post as many times as you want in a day, realistically. Okay, so this one is scheduled for tomorrow. I schedule them for early in the morning because I will use these in place of mock bookings if I'm busy, guys. So I'll have it hit, like this one's hitting tomorrow at 5 a.m. I can go to my business page and I can start sharing that in groups without having to put together a travel special, because this is a travel special that's already put together for me. And then you can go ahead, if you want to reschedule, you just click reschedule, guys. And then you click on here, you can choose a different day, you can choose a different date or time, and then you just click save and it'll go ahead and update that. Notice it just updated even though I didn't change anything. It is automatically populated for you. I don't know your name because you have a lot of letters in there and a couple of numbers. So it is all populated for us. Celebrity Cruises is one of the suppliers and vendors that we are able to book through. So it automatically knows that because we linked it to Archer. And they know that from Archer's IATA number, what suppliers and vendors they can advertise for us, okay? So here's another one. This is going to be Friday mid-morning that I'm having this posted, right? Always keep travel on your horizon. It'll keep you sane. Travel makes one modest, right? You see what a tiny place that you occupy in the world, right? That's really nice. This one's going to hit Saturday in the morning. This is Urban Sprawl in the Netherlands. And then I put Let's Experience the World, call or text, right? This is Barbados. This is hitting Sunday morning, Monday morning, right? And again, this one is another Royal Caribbean. See, it automatically populates. When you click view here, it'll take you directly to what your clients will see or your prospective clients will see when they go ahead and click on it. So that's Royal Caribbean, right? So here is Portugal. They're already talking about Christmas, guys. Let's face it, now is the time to start booking for our holiday travels, right? Some people don't want to go visit their family, or they want to take their family to someplace tropical rather than being stuck in the snow. So this is the perfect time to go ahead and hit up the holidays, right? And again, notice there is a landing page. You can click all the different landing pages and see exactly what happens. This again is another Celebrity Cruise Lines. Excuse me. This is about Ireland, and I didn't put anything here. Notice this is what just came up. It automatically put in here, and wait till you meet the characters who live in Ireland, right? And then we have this one, which I thought was amazing. And then I loved this one, guys, because it's turtles, and let's face it, Burn and Turtle Travel. So this was a celebrity again. I added in, I just went in and I edited text. I said, with a travel agency named Burn and Turtle, how can you go wrong? Call or text us today at, right? A call to action, if you will. Good. I'm glad you learned something, BJ. I try. So guys, this is all stuff that gets added, right? Now I went through Thursday. So this is Thursday afternoon that this will post. But guys, because Thursday morning I'll log back in and I'll look at the rest of the week, right? So this is Friday, and notice I haven't added any call to action here because this is exactly what they've populated for us. Yes, I am recording this. So guys, you can see this is all done exactly for us. So branchup.com, guys, it is a very powerful tool. Any questions on how to use it, please let me know. I'm glad I'm providing you some value, Rosanna. I try. I love finding all kinds of free things that we can use. And let's face it, guys, I did do this part-time for about 8 months. So, my time was limited. I was working, 8 to 15 hours a day. Sometimes I was working weekends as well. So to try to find the most efficient things are really kind of what I try to do for our business partners so that they don't have to work so hard. Work smarter, not harder, right? So that's exactly what I've done here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move on from Branch Up, and we are going to go ahead and look at how can you add the link with the ad. Realistically, guys, let me just go to my posts on my business page so that way you can see what they look like. Okay, let me find one with a landing page. So this one has a landing page. This is Royal Caribbean, right? So you just click share in a group, and I'll pick one that I have here. So if I do USA, let's see. So USA, now let's do, I usually go off a list that I have, so please bear with me, guys. So we'll do Tampa Bay classified ads, okay? And notice it says include original post right up here, Shauna. Always make sure you have that clicked, okay? Because when you do that, it'll make sure that that link is active, okay? Question, how can people see your business page when it's kind of off to the side of your regular Facebook? You got to click on it. I'm not sure exactly what you mean, Vandalyn. I'm on my business page, right? So when people are you talking when they're looking at your profile? So if they're looking at your profile.
Yes, like when they look at your face, like when they click on your Facebook page, then over to the side is the name of your business, and they have to actually click on that to get to your business page.
Right, but the thing is we're not actually having them look at our Facebook, our personal pages that often, realistically. So no, because yes, I see you're talking about right here where it says business owner at Burn and Turtle Travel, right?
Right, and like on my page, it's over to the side. So if nobody ever clicks on that link,
Right,
Then they
because you don't want them to go ahead and realistically, you're not going to really worry about what's on your personal profile as far as marketing, okay? So you're going to do everything directly from your business page, okay? So when you're joining groups, I want you to join as many groups as you can from your business page. If you can't, and there are a lot of groups that you can't, you do join as your personal profile, but when you're sharing that post, so I'll go back to that again. And I'll go all the way through with it so you can see exactly what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click share again in a group. I'm going to go ahead and put in that classifieds again. So here's that Tampa Bay classifieds ads. I'm going to include original post. I'm going to say something about it. And I'm like, now is the time to book your 2021 cruise while prices are so low, right? That's all I'm going to say. And now I'm going to go ahead and click post. And it's going to pull this up in a minute, tell me it was posted. I'm going to open this up in a new tab. So now this is going to show me that page that I've just posted this special to, okay? And notice it says I'm interacting as myself, but if you also notice, I also have joined this page as my business page, okay? But if I share this to this group as my personal profile, notice when I shared it, it says Burn and Turtle Travel right here. So even if this said Jennifer Burns, I've shared it, sorry. I've shared it as with Burn and Turtle Travel. So they can go ahead and click right there. It's automatically going to take them to my business page, okay? And then I'll go back for a second. Maybe, there we go, right? And then you'll notice if they click right here, it's gonna take them to that landing page, right? And again, it says Burn and Turtle Travel. So you're branding Burn and Turtle Travel by doing that. So even if I went back, I'm gonna go ahead and close these both out. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna switch this over to my personal profile. I'm gonna click share in a group. Again, I'll just do classifieds. So here is a classified group. I'll just click that. And again, I'll say, now is the time to book your 2021 cruise, right? Now notice I'm sharing it as my personal profile. I'm clicking include original post. I'm gonna go ahead and click post. And then I'll open up this in a new tab like I just did before, right? It's gonna load. And guys, if you haven't done this sharing into different groups, I want you to see the power of this, all right? So I've just shared this in this group, and there are 99,000 members in this group. So there's the potential for 99,000 people to see this travel special that I've just shared, right? Now notice it says shared by Jennifer Burns, right? But again, it's shared by Burn and Turtle Travel, right? So they can click on Burn and Turtle Travel. Right? They can also click on that link again, that branch up feed, and it's going to take them over to the landing page where everything is branded for Burn and Turtle Travel. They'll see my name. They'll know, oh, well, Jennifer is a travel agent for Burn and Turtle Travel, right? And if they do happen to click on my profile, at least I have it linked over to, again, even if they mouse over, notice it says Burn and Turtle Travel right there. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, see, no, BranchUp, you're just gonna go directly to branchup.com. Mrs. Rose, just go branchup.com. It's not something that Archer has really put out. It's something that I believe Nikki had another agent bring to her. I sat on a training, she went over it. One of my business partners started to use it, and I kept seeing his posts. I'm like, wow, those are breathtaking. I have to start using it. So I've been using it for several months now. I've been training my team on it. I wanted to share it with the rest of Rising Tide, how I've been using it. So that's where that is. Yes, Linnea, never thought of sharing. Yes, it's very easy. Okay, so any other questions on BranchUp before we move on? Okay, then I'm going to assume that we are good to go. Let me add one little caveat. This has come up with a business partner of mine recently. Guys, there's a lot of fear out in the world right now. Yes, it is recorded. There's a lot of fear in the world right now, and it's something that we are combating with education. One of my business partners did a post recently and got some, haters. It happens. Guys, try to educate. If someone posts on one of your posts that you've shared and they said, oh, well, travel's not open. I think he was doing something in Mexico, and the person said, well, Mexico closed down their borders, and he tried to educate them. Okay. And some people are very closed off. They have a lot of fear in their lives, and I'm never going to downplay the crisis in which we are in. Okay. But realistically, Mexico is not closed, right? Some of the borders absolutely are closed simply because they don't want you driving through and carrying COVID over. But guys, the security that we have going to flying into different countries right now is so amazing. So, you have to be tested to make sure that you don't have COVID. You have to provide the documentation. There are some countries, once you get there, you are being tested again. So he tried to educate that person, and it just didn't take. It was a lot of fear, and that was in this person's heart. So guys, if you can't educate them, and they tend to be those people who are constantly putting things on, just had a temperature check at the airport. Guys, if you have those people who are haters, and we're all going to have them, because we're not going to let their negativity, their fear, and their failure to educate themselves stop us from what we're doing, and that is following our passion in travel, right? So what I want you to do is, if you have those negativity people, those haters that are constantly posting things on your posts, because they will become stalkers, if you will, go ahead, go to their profile and block them. Okay. It's the simplest way to go ahead and do it. That way they're not going to see your stuff, right? So I just wanted to throw that caveat out there. I want you to absolutely, Allison, plug into the Archer Daily updates. They do the updates daily. You can always check with your different vendors. And then we also have destination, training. A lot of our destination vendors will go ahead and update us on what's going on. Worst case scenario, guys, what I will do is, if I have a client who's looking for a particular area and I'm not sure, I will Google that area and look for a government site, whether it be the consulate or, a U.S. Site. Don't be afraid to look, just Google it and see what the consulate or, the embassy have to say about the area. Okay. That way, directly from a source, a legitimate source of that, what's going on with any travel restrictions. Okay. Okay, guys. So with that being said, no problem. I'm going to
Can
go
I
ahead.
ask a question about
Sure.
the Facebook groups that you join? How do you add yourself not as your personal account? I don't know how to do that. As your
When
business.
you go into a Facebook group, guys, I'm going to tell you, it's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. I sometimes challenge myself. Okay. So when you go in and you search, so we'll just go ahead and search classified. Okay. So classified ads. And it's going to pull up a bunch. Notice, guys, I am in a lot, right? So I'm going to click on groups. There's no such thing as too many groups, guys. I'm literally in hundreds of groups, right? So you can see requests sent, things of that sort. So it's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. When you find a group that you want to join, let's see, let's look at this one real quick. So I'm going to open this one up, and it says click, join group. And if it doesn't ask you which profile to join, you're automatically going to join as your personal profile. It'll sometimes ask you, though, how do you want to join this group? You want to join your group as your personal profile or your business profile. I always tell you, and I'm going to say this again and again, join as your business profile if it gives you that selection first. Do not join as your personal profile and then expect to join as your business. It's only going to realistically let you join as your personal profile. Okay. So this one, as you can see, is just letting me join as my personal profile. I'm going to look through, read all the description real quick. Okay, I'm good. I'm going to click submit. Okay. So I've joined this pending as my own personal profile. But you'll notice that you'll find a few that will let you join as your business. Let's check on this one. I'm actually going to open this up in a new tab and double check. Okay, we'll click join. Nope, as my personal profile. So it's, like I said, it's kind of an Easter egg hunt. You did notice that there was one that I was in, I think this was this one. This one is my personal profile as well. There are a few that I am in as my business profile, but it's just realistically going through and hitting as many groups as you can, trying to find that Easter egg. It's really up to the group admins when they create the pages, whether or not they will allow business pages or like pages to join their group. So that's the only limitation. Okay. I will tell you, I actually do both travel as well as the CBD side. I join certain pages as my CBD business page. I do the exact same thing, guys. I have my business page for my E3 Wellness. I have my business page for my travel, and then I have my personal profile. I do not muddy the waters. I do not promote my CBD on my personal profile. I only use my CBD business page. Okay. So it limits the number of places that I promote my CBD, but I want to be the travel agent first and foremost. That's how I make the bulk of my money, guys. So that's exactly where I'm focused on. And the CBD is extra, mad money, if you will. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Are these travel posts considered self-promotion since we're sending them to our sites? No. We are providing a service. It is not self-promotion. Okay. If you think classifieds, realistically, any classified ad you put out there would be self-promotion if you think of it that way, because we're promoting our business, but our business is not a self-promotion. Okay. Anything else, guys? Okay, then we are going to go ahead and move right along. Okay, so the next one I want to show you guys is Google Sheets. Google Sheets is a great tool. Okay, I personally use Excel. I've been in the corporate world. I had been in the accounting world for several decades. So because of that, I'm very comfortable in Excel. So I actually pay for a subscription for Microsoft Office. But I would never ask somebody to go ahead and do that. Again, I want you guys to use as many free resources as you can. Google has a ton of them. So we've covered Google Voice, right? I want you to go ahead and take a look at Google Sheets. This is a great way if you want to start tracking your different clients, right? So come up with a spreadsheet. And if you notice, there are lots of different templates that you can use, right? So you can go to the template gallery and see exactly what they have. Or you can start from scratch. Just start with just a basic spreadsheet. So if you click on blank, it's going to open up a spreadsheet. You can go ahead and start making some columns, such as client name, right? And then client cell number, then move on to client home number. Oops, let's put the number sign, there we go. Client work number, right? And then you can go in there and put in, I don't know what you want, email address, okay? And then you can go ahead and put in, airplane, oops. I'm very dyslexic, guys, I apologize. Airplane seat preference, right? So you're setting up these things, right? And then maybe they're cruisers. So cruise state room preference, same thing, right? So you can start gathering information on your clients, and then from there, you can go ahead and start gathering their information. So maybe you're booking something for John Doe, and their number is 702-555-1234. Their home number is 702-555-1245. Their work number is 702-555-1289, right? Email address is john.doe@gmail.com. And maybe they want left side aisle, right? And then you can put, outside balcony center, right? Am I doing center ship? Okay, right? So you can start going ahead and putting together all of this information, and that way, when they call you, guys, you can do a quick Control F, and it's going to say find in sheet. Maybe I'm looking for Mr. Doe. It's automatically going to highlight everything that has Doe's name in it, right? right? So it's really a quick way to go ahead and start tracking your clients. I'm going to go ahead and go back and say, okay, well, I created that. I didn't really want it. You just go ahead and hit these 3 dots, and I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Okay. So you can see I do a bunch of stuff in here. When you guys are on risingtide3.com and you click on that full calendar for the live schedule, guys, I'm the one who creates that. I do that in Google Sheets. It's right here, right? So that's exactly when you click on it, you're actually going into my Google Drive and looking at the sheet that I've created for you guys. So there's a lot of amazing things that you can do within a spreadsheet to go ahead and help you keep yourself organized. And this is free, right? And then guys, if you do have, if you notice, as you guys can click on that link, if I open up that calendar again, there's up here at the top, once this finishes, you can click share. And then you can choose how you want to share this, who you want to share this with. So right now I have this available for everybody who wants to go ahead and look at it. They can look at it as long as they have the link, right? If you have it private, you can share that to people using their email addresses. So there's a lot of amazing things that you can do with this simply because it's on, it's cloud-based, if you will. Okay, so any questions on Google Sheets, guys? Okay, then I'm going to assume that we are good to go. The next one I want you to look at is Google Docs. Basically, this is a word processing platform for you guys, completely free. You can go ahead and create a new Google Doc. Just click the blank. Again, there's templates you can look through. You can see if there's something you want to do. You can go ahead and, maybe you want to draft a letter to one of your clients. Maybe you want to, just put together an itinerary in a document, a Word document. You can do that through here. It's just a great place for you to go ahead and have a word processor without having to have Word on your computer. Okay. So I wanted to go ahead and show you Google Word. Or Google Docs, excuse me. And the next one, guys, if you are somebody who wants to do your own presentations, let's face it, Rising Tide has amazing presentations, right? But if maybe you want to go ahead and put together a presentation, maybe you're going to pitch a corporation, right? There's actually Google Slides, which is just like PowerPoint, right? But you can go ahead and do this on Google Slides and create your own PowerPoint through Google Slides. And this is, again, cloud-based. So as long as your device has Google Drive, you get to your Google Drive, you can find your Google Slides, okay? So again, Google Slides is another good one for you. Anybody have questions on Google Sheets, Google Docs, or Google Slides? Okay, then I'm going to assume that we are good to move forward. And the next one I want to show you is Google Forms. Okay, again, I use Microsoft, but Google Forms has some things that Microsoft doesn't even allow. So I actually did in May and June, I did a raffle for my team. And I actually had them submit pictures of the things that they were doing. And with Google Forms, they could actually upload pictures directly to the form as they were submitting it. So you can create a new form on whatever you want to do, and you just click blank form, and from here you can title it. And I'm just going to go training. Oops, I clicked there. Thank you. Training checklist, right? And then you can put in a description and training question 1, and then you can add an option. You just click in here and you can go, okay, you can choose it from multiple choice, check boxes, drop downs, you can upload a file, linear scale, so on and so forth. So, maybe you want to do a drop down, right? So option 1 is complete. Option 2 is incomplete. Option 3 is I don't know, right? So we've gone ahead and done that. And we can even say it's required, right? And then we can go ahead and, if I want to duplicate that, I can go ahead and this is option, training question 2, right? And then if we go, we can actually go ahead and look at the preview, and this is what it will look like. And then they can go ahead and click complete, incomplete, I don't know. So maybe you want to do a form for a client, right? So, Because let's face it, guys, we do have a vacation request form, right? But that's very basic information. Maybe you want to do something a little more specific. You can actually do your own, and I know I spelled training incorrect in the checklist part. You can actually go ahead and create your own request form, if you will, the things that you want to ask. And because it's a Google Google app, guys, you can go ahead and share that just like I share the spreadsheets, right? So you can click send. It's going to say, okay, how do you want to send that? Do you want to send it mail? Do you want to have a link? Do you want to embed it somewhere? Right? So if you had your own domain, you can actually embed your Google form. Guys, if you ever go to risingtide3.com, I'll actually go there just so you can see what I mean. So if we go to risingtide3.com and we log in, if my system will work with me, here we go. I want to log in, please. Oh, maybe I'm already logged in. And we click on more and we go to the raffle. Guys, guess what this form is? This is one of those forms, right? Same thing with, let's see, where is it? Oh, I think it's in the travel phase. Does it get started? "30-day success steps," guys. When we click on that and we go to the Rising Tide success steps, look, guys, it's a Google, right? This is a Google form, right? So this is the things that you can do, right? So those are the great things that you can do with Google Forms. So any questions on any of that, guys? Okay, then I'm going to assume that we're good with Google Forms, Google Slides, Google Docs, as well as Google Sheets. Okay, now the next thing I want to go over is invoices. So if anybody has watched any of the daily commissions, we actually show you how to go ahead and create an invoice to send to your client showing the 2 separate charges, okay? And sometimes if you're working with a corporate client, they need to have that invoice for their, whether they're going to be reimbursed or if they're using a corporate card or if it's, going through an accounts payable person, they'll request an invoice, okay? So I'm going to tell you, I just Google free invoice template, right? And I'll scroll down. I'll show you the one I like the most is this one, Annex. And when you click on this one, it's going to pull up this little, free invoice form, if you will, right? And you can go ahead and put from Vernon Turtle Travel. Oh, looks like I'm going through everywhere. Oh, somehow or another, I started hitting things, right? So Vernon Turtle Travel. Right? Las Vegas, Nevada, 89148. 2, we're going to send this to Mr. Doe, John Doe, and he is also in Las Vegas, Nevada. Right? 8918. Okay? And then I always put for my invoice date, guys, or invoice number, I always put the date of travel. So maybe he's traveling next weekend. So we'll put, 07/18/20. JD, Mr. Doe, John Doe, right? And invoice date's today's date. And then item, it's a service. And we're going to go ahead and maybe we're doing that whole, maybe we're using Profit Agility for a wholesale stay at a condo at a timeshare for a week. So I'll just put condo accommodations for the week of 7/18/20. And maybe we're charging him $950 for one, right? For 1 week. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click service. And then I'm going to put, oops, I hit my caps. Wholesale fee, right? And then I'm going to say maybe this one is $250 for one, right? So the total cost of that trip is going to be $1,200. And I'll go ahead and put in here non-refundable balance due at time of booking, right? Will appear on credit card statement, oops, as 2 charges. Okay, it's that simple. So now we can go ahead and preview that, right? And that's what it looks like. So we can save it. You can just, if you wanted to, you can just take a screenshot of it or a snip of it, and then you'll have a picture of it. Makes it really easy to text over, if you will. So this is exactly, yes, this is free, completely free, guys. I'm telling you, everything that I'm showing you today is going to be free, right? So that's exactly how you do that. And I like this one because it's just very simple, right? And then you can go ahead and make additional notes and it'll all appear in there, right? So any questions on how to do? Good, I'm glad. Free, yes. I love free. Okay, any questions on how to do a simple invoice? And guys, worst case scenario, guys, go to Google Sheets and search in the templates, the template library, invoice. They have a template in there. So if you don't even want to do this, you can go ahead and create it all manually. I like this because it has the drop downs. It automatically calculates everything. Linda's got it, right? Free is for me, right? Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Lynn Ann. Yep. So this is exactly what I do, right? This is the things that I'm doing are the exact same things that I do every day, okay? I just went to Google, right? If I go and I'll go back, and I'll go back, I'll go back. I just went to Google and I put free invoice template. And I just happen to know that I like this one. It's called Anyx, A-Y-N-A-X, right? But if you don't like that one, check to see what other ones they have. Maybe you want Wave Apps. Maybe you want, free invoice generator by Invoiced, right? Play around, find the ones that you like, Invoice Simple, right? I just happen to really like this Anyx one, so that's the reason I use it, okay? Any other questions? Oh my gosh, VJ, oh my gosh. Oh, that's my business partner. He makes me laugh every day, guys. I will tell you that right now. Do you know if we are allowed to charge extra for our service if we want to, or would that be considered illegal? No, you can charge for your service. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, when you are looking at the Rising Tide, when you're going into the training, I believe it is phase 2. Okay. Oh, maybe it isn't phase 2. Maybe it's in the travel training videos. There's so much stuff on here, guys. I even lose track of it, sir. So how to make commission on flights, guys? What we're doing here is charging an extra fee, right? Shuri, I love that. So guys, when we are doing flight only, we're not making commission. So because of that, we charge an extra fee, right? We want to make sure that, we're getting paid for our time. And if we're finding a great deal, why would we not make a little extra money? Same thing when you're logged into the back office and you're using the Evo rewards, guys. It's the same thing, right? Daily commissions with Nikki right here, same thing. If you have somebody who, is, let's face it, they're those looky-loos, okay? I will tell you, not a lot of agents do this, but some do. They have those looky-loos who call them like once a week and like, hey, can you quote me on this? Can you quote me on this? And a week later, again, can you quote me on this? And they're not really booking. So what a lot of agents will do with those people is they'll say, I will give you your first 3 quotes for free. And after that, it'll be $25 fee for each additional quote. And then, when you book with me, I'll go ahead and apply that $25 to your booking. Or I'll refund you that $25, right? It's a great way to filter through those people who are not serious. But I'm going to tell you, I've never done it. I do have a couple of looky-loos. It gives me great practice, and I get to live a little vicariously with them, if you will. But if you have those people, you absolutely are free to go ahead and do that. Absolutely. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Oh, John, that's okay. I'm recording this, John. So I'll have this out hopefully in a couple of days. I'll put it in the chat boxes as well. I'll post it on the Rising Tide Facebook page, worst case scenario. And I will go ahead and, I'll send this over to Charles and Nikki. And if they deem it beneficial enough, we'll see if we can have them added to the risingtide3.com page. Okay. Okay, guys, so with that being said, we'll go ahead and move on. I'm closing things. I want you guys to be aware that there is actually a spreadsheet. One of our other agents started this, as you can see. I want to say she started it in March or April. She was doing a lot of the trainings, right? And because of that, she was able to earn a lot of stuff. And this is, again, in a Google Sheet. And what I can do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and make this shareable. Only people added, let's change this, anyone with a link. I'm going to copy the link. And I'm going to go ahead and paste this in the chat, guys. Okay. I'm probably going to do free resources with Jennifer Burns is probably what the title will be, just so you know. Okay, Cynthia. So I've just shared the link to this spreadsheet, guys, in the chat. So please feel free to copy that, paste it, put it in your browser or in a notepad app so that you have access to this. Guys, this is a lot of the different trainings that we're able to do and the things that we can get from taking those trainings, okay? So you can see there's destinations, there are hotels, there's cruises, parks and shows, services, right? And the way that the agent did this is there's the website link. Here's the rewards program, and then the perks that we get for that, right? So you can actually become Aruba certified and you can register your bookings, right? If you do Alaska certification, you qualify for FAM trips, right? Same thing with this one. There are agent rates with this one, exclusive privileges with Barbados, it looks like. With this one, Cayman Rewards, it looks like you can register your bookings, you can do referrals, and you get FAM trip invitations. Yes, Rosanna, you can share this with your team, not outside of Rising Tide though, okay? Just Rising Tide. So guys, this tells you all the different things that we're able to go ahead and get with using just because we're becoming certified, right? And guys, let's face it, when you get certified, share that information on your Facebook page, your Instagram page, right? You want to share that information because as your clients are looking at you and they will research you a little bit, let's face it, they want to make sure that they're booking with somebody who has the knowledge. So if you can say, hey, I'm Jamaica registered or certified, and they want to go to Jamaica, they are great, right? If they, like this one, guys, Travel Agent Academy, see where it says consumer leads? That's right, consumer leads. And this is for Japan, right? So you become Japan certified and you get priority FAM trips and consumer leads, right? You're always wondering where can I get more clients? Why not do something like that? Here's FAM trip and free internet listings, right? Again, this is for Jordan through Travel Agent Academy, right? So there's all these different things that we can go ahead and just by becoming certified. Lynn-Ann, it'll be in that Google Doc that I just shared. And what you'll do is you'll just go through and see, again, the course, the website, the reward, and then the perks, okay? So once you finish those out, no problem. Once you finish the certification, then you have access to all these different things, right? So again, FAM trips, agent rates, exclusive privileges, you know, there's all kinds of things that you can do, and just because you're getting certified, right? You should be able to click on it. Worst case scenario, guys, just private message me in Facebook, and I can go ahead and send that over to you. Cherie, I'm actually recording this because next week I'm doing something different. And I'm going to try, I know last week I actually canceled the goal writing. I'm going to see if I can add that into a specific day. So go ahead and keep an eye on the chats on Rising Tide Facebook page. As soon as I have a day, I will go ahead and let you know. And I can see that there are people getting in because I see the numbers growing up here on the shares. Okay, so that is the training sheet with all the different free perks and things that we can earn just by taking that. Okay, and then the next one I want to show you guys, I don't know, I'm going to fully admit I am an Android user. Okay, I will always be an Android user, even though I get a lot of pressure from my iPhone people. Okay, I like Android. I find that you either an Android brain or an iPhone brain. I am an Android brain. Great. I'm glad I have some Androiders on here. So guys, there are a lot of amazing texting apps that are out there for Apple, for iPhones. I found one that I like because I do do this full time. So I sit here in my home office at my computer for periods of time, and sometimes working on my computer and switching back to my phone is not so beneficial for me, okay? Sarah has a Google phone, so you should probably be able to do this. So guys, there is a app that is called Hand Sent Anywhere. It's sometimes called Next SMS Hand Sent Anywhere. It is a texting app for Androids. I actually had some Apple people looking this weekend. It is not available for Apple, unfortunately, but I know they're using like Reach. But this is for my Android people out there. The reason I like this is, as you can see, I can actually log into a web-based platform and link my phone. So I turn on Hand Sent Anywhere on my phone in the app, and then I can go ahead and log in. I create a profile, I log in, and when I log in, it's going to tell me to select my device. So here is my work phone, as you can see, and then I just connect this device. And they are all of my text messages, guys, so I can actually load more messages, right? So if I have somebody who texts me, right, I can actually just go ahead and click, like I do to participate in the referral program. So if someone texted me, I'm interested in working with you on the travel business, I can literally just type in here whatever I want to say, right? So let's see. Right? I'm the same way, Judy. I don't really enjoy texting. Okay, so bear with me.
Does this allow you to automate like certain messages so you can just send message 1, message 2?
This one does not. But if you're using it from your computer, I'm a copy and paster. Okay, so I actually have a notepad app right here called OneNote. That's through Microsoft. So I'll just copy and paste this plain text. So for instance, I'm going to go and I'm going to compose a message. Okay, so I'm going to compose to, bear with me a sec. Oops. There he is, everybody. There's VJ, and I'm going to say, hi, just wanted to bug you, right? I just sent him a text message from my computer, right? That's it, right? And then if he writes me back, it'll populate up here, right? If I want to see our message history, I just click more messages, right? As you can see, I have a couple of messages waiting for me, but I'm training. So, but you can see that's exactly how it goes, guys. So now VJ is going to get that message. He can write me back. It'll populate up here, and I can go ahead and text right back. There he goes. He just texted me back. Sorry, not interested. Oh, leave it to him. Okay, thank you. Anyway,
Jennifer, are your texts still, or does this take your texts off your phone then? No. Or they're still on your phone, they're not deleted?
They're not deleted. It's on my phone, and when I click enter and it sends that text, it automatically populates on my phone. So I'm not losing any of the history. So if I'm away from my phone, away from my computer, and I'm texting on my phone, everything that I've sent through my computer is on my phone as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. See, there, and he's texting me some more, right? So that's exactly how easy it is, right? So again, I just wanted to give you another, and this is a free app that you can use on Android, and you have that free web system. So the nice thing is for me, if you're using Google Voice, you can do the exact same thing through Google Voice, right? So if I go back to voice.google, right? I don't have any new messages, right? But I can send a new message. So if I click send new message, it's going to ask me. I'm going to embarrass him again and do it a different one. Right, so, right, so there he is. And then I'm just going to go testing again, right? And the same premise. Right, so I'm texting him from my computer using Google Voice. But now this is coming from, you see how it says call as, it's coming from my Google Voice number. So I can choose, like if I wanted to text from my Google Voice, I can do from here. If you don't use Google Voice and you want to use Hand Sent, then you can do it directly from your cell phone number. Okay, so I'm giving you a couple of options on how to actually text directly from your computer if you are a computer person. Let's face it, there are some of us out there who are a certain age. Our eyes are not as good as they used to be. I got some fat thumbs, not so easy to text, right? So this is just some options. Okay, so any questions on that, guys? Because realistically, that was my last thing that I wanted to touch on for the day. Right? Oh, and Gus, look, guy right there. That was not me. That was my husband. He actually texted that from his phone.
Yep.
There he is. He was out doing some dishes and he saw that we were texting on the Google Voice. He got the text messages because again, his phone is linked to our Google Voice number, right? So if you're sharing the duties with somebody, maybe you have, I call them travel agents in training. Oh God. Oh, this is a training, VJ. Please keep it that way. So I call them travel agents in training. The people, the kids in the household who are learning to make a dollar, right? Maybe you want to share some of the responsibilities with them. Let's face it, it's summer break. They're not back in school yet. Even if they're staying home for homeschooling, maybe in the afternoons, instead of having that out of the house, after school job, maybe they're your travel agent assistants, right? They can actually do some of this texting for you, right? Because they can just get on their computers and do this, or maybe link their cell phone to your Google Voice number, and they can help out with some of the phone calls or some of the information that they need to get out, right? So it's just a way to kind of get the family involved as well. Okay, so hopefully that was very beneficial for you. Any last minute questions before I set you loose? I know we've been just over an hour. I hope you found this informational. I am recording, and I hope, again, it's up to Charles and Nikki whether or not they deem it valuable enough to put it on risingtide3.com. But if they do, it will be there. Worst case scenario, I will put this on the Rising Tide Facebook page. Okay.
Can I ask one thing about posting before you end?
Yeah, of course.
When you post into groups, do you manage or try to track like how many times you post into one group per week?
I will show you guys exactly what I do. Okay.
Thanks.
So I use, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute because I'm going to open up a different screen. Okay, there we go. Can everybody see my Excel spreadsheet that I have open?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So guys, what I've done is I've gone through my Facebook group list and I've copied and pasted each one. Okay, Shauna, no problem. I've copied and pasted each one of the groups that I'm a member of. So remember I said I was in hundreds of groups. So this one, I have 158 groups that I post in travel opportunities. I do CBD as for IBOs, people who want to become CBD store owners, as well as CBD for sale. And then for when I'm posting my travel specials, you'll see that I have hundreds of them as well. Okay. So what I do, guys, is when you copy the title, and let me, again, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. I'm just going to share my screen in general for a minute. Okay, let me go over because you'll notice I have a lot of different things open. I am that person. So when you go into Facebook, guys, and you go to your profile, Joyce said that I'm super organized. Yeah, I try, simply because I do have a lot of moving parts that are going on in my life, and I want to make sure that I have as much of it as organized as I can. And guys, on Saturday evenings, I'm going to start doing organizing your week and setting up your calendar. So if you can join me on Saturdays at 6 p.m. so that you can kind of see exactly how I do that. So guys, when you're in your personal profile, if you go to more, then you'll see where it says groups. When you click on groups, it's going to bring up this kind of a page. But then when you hit this little pencil where it says, manage, you can go see all groups. These are all, lots of things coming in. You can see all of the different groups that I'm a member of, right? So what I did, guys, and it was a project, it took me an entire Sunday. I usually take Sundays off, but I wanted to update my group list. So I went ahead and I just basically, I opened this up in a new tab. Yes, that's Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let me go over here real quick. And if you go to live training, guys, on risingtide3.com, again, remember that I was talking about that Google Sheet, that July full schedule. That link is taking you directly over to my Google Drive. And these are all the different trainings that are going on. And you will see that on Saturdays right here. Plan the Week with Jennifer, that's me. Join me as we organize our week and set up our calendars. And we do this together so that you can go ahead and go through everything, and you can see how I keep myself organized. You can see my planner. I do it on my computer, and then I actually print it out. If you look at my camera right now, hopefully you can see this. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me look at my camera because I have my virtual background on. Yeah, see my face makes it disappear. I actually have a calendar that sits on my desk. I print it out every week so that I have it. But that's exactly what I'm going to do with you guys, to show you exactly how I do that. Okay. So again, guys, what I do is I open up, I go from, let me again close these down. There we go. So I just opened up this one and right clicked, opened in a new tab. It opens it up. And then I just go to the title right here and I highlight it and I copy it, right? Copy. And then I open up, I use Excel spreadsheet. You can absolutely use a Google Sheet because that's what we were talking about. And then you just go ahead and you paste, right? Now notice it's blue and it's underlined. It means that there's a hyperlink there, right? And if I mouse over, it actually gives the web address, right? So when I'm doing my travel opportunities, I just click on this. It's automatically going to open up that group page. So I can go ahead and post in it, okay? So that's how I do my opportunity posts. Right? But I'm going to tell you, when you're doing, remember I was trying to share and I was like, oh, I'm not used to doing this by typing. So when I'm doing travel for sale, I have all of these different things. What I just do is I arrow over and I copy that. And then if I'm going to go back over to my business page, right, we'll go back over here. And we'll go to one of those posts. Shuri said it's a life changer. I actually showed this to Nikki over the weekend and she's like, oh my gosh, you need to train on this at the retreat. Sorry guys. Okay, come on. There we go. It's thinking hard. So if I wanted to share this, I just go ahead and click, I'll change it over to my personal profile because I think that's a personal profile. I click share in a group. And then because I copied it from that spreadsheet, I just click paste and then I select it, right? And then when I post it, guys, I just go over here and I put the date. So I would put 7/9/20, right? So when you see over here, these are all the dates that I've used, right? So you can see I post a lot. That's how I track when I posted in something. So hopefully that helps, right? I'm not actually going to post that right now, though. I'm actually a little too busy to go ahead and get any more clients right now. But that's exactly how I do that. So hopefully that helps. Does that help?
Oh my gosh, yes, that was amazing. Thank you for taking the extra time to do that.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Any other questions, guys, before I set you guys loose?
Jennifer, I have a question.
Sure.
I've seen some of the agents post, like when you put like inspirational quotes or things like that, but I've seen like for travel, like they'll have pictures of just different places or just a random quote in words, and that way people can answer, and just adds to all the different comments on it, so it's better for your feed. Do you know where other agents have gotten those actual quotes? I've been looking for some, or are they just making them up on their own? Do you know?
Like travel quotes?
Yes.
Realistically, they're probably just doing a mock booking. Okay. So let me go over here. Under travel, I think it's, is it phase 1? I want to say it's phase 2. I'm not sure. Again, things change on the site a lot. We are always constantly updating things. So now it's got to be in phase 2.
Because like sometimes it's just like a question, or it could just be pictures, and then that's where you want to go. But sometimes it is a quote.
Like an interactive travel post.
Yeah.
Okay. I will tell you realistically, a lot of them will just go ahead and I'll tell you what I do. I'll just do Google interactive Facebook posts about travel. Right? And then I'll just go ahead and go over to images. Right? And there you go. That's that kind of what you're looking for?
Yes. Thank you.
Yep. So realistically, Google is our friend. I call it Professor Google, Dr. Google. Google is my friend. I love Google. So then you just find one, like where is your dream vacation spot, right? So there it is. I just right click on it and I'll save the image as, right? And then I'll post that on Facebook. I'll post that also on Instagram, right? Like this one is, you're going on vacation, but you can only visit one location that starts with the same letter as your first name. Where are you going, right? I'll tell you, mine's Jamaica. So, Travel Tuesday, right? This is another one. If you were to travel anywhere, where would you go? Where is the best place you've been, right? So basically, and I will tell you on your personal profile, just put interactive Facebook posts and look to see what comes up. There'll be a lot of different ideas, and then just start saving them. That way you have some in stock, okay?
Do you know if we're allowed to put those onto Instagram, or is that like copywriting?
No, I always do it.
Okay.
My thing is, realistically, granted, you look to see, I mean, this one's from Pinterest, but guys, everything out there on the internet, it's the wild, wild west. Unless it's watermarked or it says, stock image by purchase, I'm going to use it. And if worst case scenario, if I find something here that I want to use and I want, like, where's your dream vacation spot? I'll tell you, guys, I'll just go over to like Canva. Oops, if I can spell. Canva.com. And this is a photo app kind of a thing. They've got social media, so I just click on social media. And then I can just find an interesting background that I like. So I can just go in here and search travel. Right, and here's a great one. So I can just go over here and what was it say? Where is your dream vacation spot? So I'll go over here and click, where is your dream vacation spot? Right, and then I'll just go ahead and move it around a little bit. There we go. How quick was that? Right, and it's all mine. I created it, and then I just click download. So it's that simple. So if you find something in here and you're not sure, like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that, recreate it, right? Just go in there. That literally took me, what, 15 seconds to do, right? And you can even, animate things with this, or you want to size it down just a little bit so it fits a little bit better, right? It's that simple. And then you just click download. You can save it as a JPEG or a PNG. And use it on your social media. You can use it on Facebook. You can use it on LinkedIn. You can use it on Pinterest. You can use it on Instagram. So at least you have something. Okay, does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions, guys? Okay, well, I'm going to assume that we are pretty good to go. I hope, again, you found this beneficial. And like I said, I did record this. I'm actually going to go ahead and stop